Hello, and welcome to another Lumberjack quest guide for free-to-play OSRS. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Corsair Curse quest. This quest is a good one to do, as you need to have at least started it in order to access the Ogresses, who are a great free-to-play enemy, both for drops and training. There are no requirements to start this quest, though you will need to be able to defeat a level 35 mage in order to complete it. All items can be found during the quest also. As always, a couple of energy or stamina potions will help speed things along. To start the quest, speak to Captain Tok north of Port Sarim. Once you've accepted the quest, head west to the jetty at Rimington. Once there, speak to him again and take the boat to Corsair Cove. When the boat arrives, exit onto the jetty and head west. Skirt the coast and you should see a spade against one of the palm trees. Grab it as you pass. Continue around the coast and enter Aithoi the Navigator's hut. Yep, don't ask me where they got Aithoi from, not a clue. Speak to him, and after the short narrative regarding the curse, exit the hut and head northeast back to the main settlement. The most northern hut belongs to Noki the chef. Head in. Before speaking to him, grab a tinderbox off the table. When you ask him about the curse, he will tell you he thinks the curse is due to a possessed doll he caught whilst fishing. Head out of Noki's and enter the only hut you haven't entered yet. Here you should find Arson the Thief and Colin the Cabin Boy. Speak to Arson the Thief, who will tell you about an ogre artifact he stole, which he thinks is the cause of the curse. Then speak to Colin the Cabin Boy, who will tell you he saw a mermaid and he thinks she has cursed him. FYI, if you need food, grab some meat off the table there, and you can world hop if you need multiples. Having spoken to all the crew, return to the boat and speak to Captain Tok to retrieve the ogre artifact. Once you have it, head back off the boat and west towards the hole in the ground directly west of Noki's hut, just outside the settlement. Go down the hole and speak to Chiefess Tess. Return the artifact, which is in fact an ogre toothpick, and she will confirm that they haven't cursed the crew. Please like the video and support my content. Thank you, noble knight. Following this, head up the ladder and out of the hole. Go southwest until you see the bent over palm tree and the lump of sand that you can see on the screen there. Use the spade we picked up earlier to dig the lump to retrieve the possessed doll, which is just a simple mechanical toy. From here, head east and back into Aithoi's hut. Once there, you should see the telescope just outside on the veranda. Use the telescope, which will reveal that the mermaid is in fact an ogre swimming. Having now debunked all of the crew's theories, return to each of them in turn and tell them that their theory for the curse was wrong. Once you've spoken to Noki, Arson and Colin, head back to Captain Tok. Speak to the captain and he will tell you that since Aithoi was with the captain at the time, he ruled out food as the cause of the curse. Exit the boat and head to Noki the cook's house. Starting with Noki, speak to him regarding who cooked dinner. Then speak to Arson, who will tell you his brother told him, since the crew is settling in the cove, Aithoi is likely to be dismissed since they no longer need a navigator. Now go speak to Aithoi and tell him that you know he cooked the meal that made the crew sick. Tell him also that you know the captain is thinking of firing him and he will confess to poisoning the crew. Speak to him again and he will say he isn't going anywhere, so you can't prove he's faking it. Once the narrative's done, head outside the hut and underneath you'll find a pile of driftwood. Use the tinderbox on the driftwood and you'll see a short cutscene where Aithoi comes down and uses a water spell to put the fire out. We now know he is the traitor. Return to Captain Tok for the millionth time and tell him Aithoi is behind the curse. He will then ask you to deal with it. If you haven't already, break out your ranged gear to maximise your magic defence and grab some food if needed. As mentioned earlier, you can grab pieces of meat from inside Arson and Colin's hut. Once prepped, head back to Aithoi's hut for the fight. As soon as you enter, he will attack you using magic. Defeat him and then go back to Captain Tok. Once you confirm you've dealt with Aithoi, congratulations, you've completed the quest and will receive 2 quest points and access to the Corsair Cove Bank and the resource area assuming you've completed Dragon Slayer 1. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that this Corsair Curse quest guide was useful. Please leave a comment with any feedback or questions as I'm keen to hear them, and also for me to say is I've been the Lumberjay Knight, peace out and thanks for watching.